In the year 2007, the greatest multiplayer shooter ever made was released. And with the release of this game, there came a game mechanic so genius, so unique, and so perfect that it could only be adequately described as a gift from God. There is no mechanic more fair, no game mechanic more balanced, more skill based, and more fun than the random critical hit. Random crits are more than just a percentage point chance for extra damage to be applied to your attack. No, random crits are freedom. Random crits are a representation of the American dream. They are proof that in Team Fortress 2, it doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Now that you're here, son, you're a free man. And in here, you can make it. It doesn't matter if you have nothing but a shabby little crooked old gibbous perched atop your dome. If you got heart, son, you can make it. Now, some folks don't like this way of life. Some scorn freedom and want to turn the land of the free into the land of the slave. Some would voluntarily trade liberty for security and prefer not the rule of the people, but of the party. I say these kids, they could go straight to their North Korean paradise and leave us God-fearing, peace-loving, freedom-loving folk in peace. Now, no crit servers, these communist paradises, have existed since forever, and that's fine. Idiots should have their safe spaces too. Some people enjoy destroying all the fun in the game. And, some people enjoy getting their balls busted by high heels. I don't get it. I never will get it, and I don't want to get it. But they have their fucking spaces. They have their little fucking dens of degeneracy that they can dwell in, and that's fine. But see, that's not enough for these fucking pigcos. Of course that's not enough. It's not enough that they have their own servers. And it's not enough that in recent years they basically monopolized the entire community server browser. No. That's not enough. They are not satisfied playing their shitty, watered-down version of the game. They want it to be the only version of the game. It's not enough for them to destroy their own fun. They want to destroy it and take it away from you as well. Because that's how commies are. They will not be satisfied until everyone is as miserable and destitute as they themselves are. Now, we all know that crits have been getting a bad rap. And we all know where this rhetoric comes from. Pinkos that want to subvert our way of life. Rats that want to destroy the vision that was granted to us by the original development team of Team Fortress 2. The men who designed the greatest first-person shooter ever made, right? They were wrong and stupid. At least, so say these ugly fucking Reds. I say they can go to fucking hell. Yeah, we should trust these bearded hippies and their snake tongues over our instincts, our experiences, and the intentions of our founding fathers. Now, I'm sure we've all heard this ironic, snarky little red slogan. Oh, random crits are fair and balanced. To that I say, damn right they are. How could random crits be unfair? Everybody gets them. Everybody. It doesn't matter if you're Roberto Gonzalez 2014 or Saxton Hale himself. You will get random crits. Now, all that matters is just landing them when you get them. How could a mechanic that is available to everyone possibly be unbalanced? It couldn't. It's commie gobbledygook. And random crits are as balanced as a mechanic can get. Now, the Reds tell us that random crits are just bad because they set a bad example for new players. They encourage brainless spamming, according to them. And nothing could be further from the truth. First of all, but before we get here, spam is an integral part of the game. It's used at every single skill level, and there's nothing wrong with it on principle. But see, the Reds are trying to insinuate that random crits just reward completely brainless players that just hold down their mouse without any deliberation or any brain power used. And that is total horseshit. If you're just brainlessly spamming without looking at where you're even aiming or what you're aiming at, you're going to severely limit the chances of your crit landing at all. Random crits, if they encourage anything, they encourage the opposite of careless play. They encourage you to try to land every single shot that you take. They encourage you to always be at your best, because nothing is more crushing than getting a perfect crit rocket that would have killed 4 fucking people and wasting it on a wall. And nothing is more awe-inducing than landing that crit and having it decide the outcome of an entire battle. And the Reds tell us that random crits don't take any skill. Look, son, let me tell you something, and this is something that all of us know. Random crits reward skilled players above all else. The player that hits the most of his shots is going to get the most crits. He's going to land the most crits. That is a statistical fact, right? And it's also exacerbated by damage ramp up. The more damage you do, the more chance you get to get random critical hits. The better you play, the more the game rewards you with crits. Perfection, as it should be. And hilariously, the same imbeciles who say that crits are a skillless noob mechanic go out there and complain about crit damage ramp up for rewarding good players. Really makes you think, doesn't it? Of course, most of the crybaby Reds who sob over getting critted are just straight up bad players looking for a way to cope. They get outplayed and they blame the crit. You can dodge crits, you can reflect crits, and you can answer crits with your own crits. So the good player doesn't have a problem with crits because he knows even if he gets crit killed, he's going to have his in return, double in return. He doesn't get discouraged by getting crit killed. Because crits aren't just blind luck. They're a mechanic that rewards the consistently skilled player above the noob. And yet, the noob will sometimes get the crit too. And when the stars align, and when little Roberto Gonzalez 2014, with 2 points, crits the top fragger on the enemy team and deletes them, well, you'd have to be a little bitch to complain about that. After getting his ass kicked all game, the poor bastard finally gets one up on one of his tormentors. And that is how it should be. He who lives by the crit shall die by the crit. And one thing that the random crit does is it forces you to give a degree of respect to every single player on the server. No matter how clueless and confused, no matter how much of a knucklehead noob your opponent may seem, you have to respect them, and you gotta fear him, because underneath that gibbous pyrovision combo lies the potential rage of 1,000 suns that is gonna knock your little arrogant smile off your stupid face in a single click. The crit is an eternal reminder that you can't get too careless, and you can't taunt even the seemingly inferior opponents that you see on the server too hard, because the crit is a constant presence that makes even the most clueless player a potential threat, and that is a good thing. But by far, my favorite aspect of the random crit is the way it encourages you to be bold and aggressive, even when the odds are stacked against you, right? Random crits encourage you to fight like a lion. It doesn't matter if you're cornered by half the enemy fucking team, fully overhealed and confident. So proud, so cocksure. The random critical hit means that it ain't over till it's over. And as long as you have even a single health point left, as long as you have the capacity to keep swinging, the fight ain't over. And if you play it right, you can turn it around. And even if you go down, you can go down swinging. And you can take a son of a bitch or two with you. And that is fucking awesome. That is the random crit. The random crit is indomitability. It is a mechanic that teaches you to think that you always have a fighting chance. Because this is Team Fortress 2, and you do have that chance. And with all that said, the commies want to push their ideological rigmarole on you, saying that removing random crits actually isn't a big deal. First off, if it doesn't change that much, why do you want to remove them so bad? Why have you been crying about them for like a decade? Oh, it's not a big deal, but remove it or I'm gonna cry. And secondly, most importantly, random crits are an integral, necessary, deliberate part of the game. The game's entire weapon balance is built around random crits. If you shut down random crits from your server, just know you are undermining and subverting the game's entire balance, and you are no longer playing Team Fortress 2. Okay? Just admit it. You're playing something else. And I'm sorry, but I don't want to play something else. I'm here to play Team Fortress 2, and Team Fortress 2 is what I'm gonna play. Over the years of playing TF2 and comparing it to other FPS games, I've gained only more and more respect for the game's original vision. And I've gained only more and more hatred for the bastards, the muddleless fucks who try to destroy it. The more time passes, the more you understand that our founding fathers knew what they were doing. And they didn't create such an important mechanic by complete accident. Okay? This was not a mistake. Random crits were a result of genius and years of deliberation. They are one of the game's pillars and the most legendary mechanic from the greatest game ever made. And no matter how long the pinkos have been spreading their propaganda, they have failed to take our crits. And they will continue to fucking fail. They will not take away our crits, and they will not take away our freedom. Thus, this holy game mechanic that has been here since the beginning will be here until the very end. And the crits will keep flowing, and so the shitter tears will keep flowing as well. And our constitutional rights shall not be infringed. God bless random crits. God bless America. And God bless Team Fortress 2. Amen.